everyone. Welcome to a tribute to Debbie Friedman, who, if you knew Debbie at all, would know you should be singing at all times, everywhere. So, as wonderful it is to listen to the choir, we want you to be the choir and join with us in singing. So we're going to start in your songbooks on page 1 with Sing Unto God, which was one of her very earliest compositions.
How you feeling? You all good? Yeah. You ready for Shabbat? I don't think you're ready for Shabbat yet. You're just getting warmed up now. So when I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom, when you respond, you're going to give me a nice, loud Shabbat Shalom. Here you go. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Now you're ready. Tell you what, stand up, everybody, if you will. Put your books down, whatever you're holding. Put your arms around your neighbor. Put your arms around your neighbor. One arm. You have two arms around the same person. You're so close. One arm. We're going together. Start on the left. If you know the words, we're going along. remain standing, please, for a blessing over the Shabbat lights as we welcome in this beautiful Shabbat with lightness, with beauty, and join together. To follow in the prayer book this evening, but also through the supplement here, beautiful prayer song, Light These Lights, Hear My Prayer.
Mercy
39B in the Siddur, the official call to prayer. Baruch Hu. Seated, page 40 in the Siddur, or page 4 of the supplement, Ahavat Olam.
Israel.
levanecha, ayom al levanecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'beitecha, u'lechtecha b'derech, u'shochtecha v'kumecha, u'shartam le'ot ha'yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'einecha, u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha,
One of Debbie's more well-known prayers, many of you might know this from camp, on page 4, thou shalt love, her rendition, her interpretation of these words of loving God. Continue silently with our prayers on page 42, Hebrew English, whichever you prefer.
Sang. The Lechato D was not written by Debbie Friedman, however, she taught it to Hazan Stein and he brought it to us, and so it's here because of her. Baruch Hu is one of her earlier compositions, and we're about, and that Shalom Aleichem, she thought was going to be like Lichi Lach and Misha Beirach, that it would be that big of a hit. That was her hope. And in some communities, I think that's true. And now we're getting to Micha Mocha and Miriam's song, which revolutionized things for women, I think. think. She was a pioneer, and she brought so much of her heart and taught so much. She wanted us to sing. She wanted us to dance. We're going to sing together Miriam's song, Inda Micha Mocha. And if you want to dance, then please do, because that's what she was about.
The idea of praying for health and strength for ourselves, for others. I get to talk to many people in the congregation day in, day out, and I don't think there's anyone that doesn't need a prayer for strength for something. Whether it's an illness they're dealing with, a surgery that's coming up, or they're dealing with cancer, chronic treatments, addiction, depression, so many things that we could use strength for. So I want you to close your eyes for a moment. For you and for the ones that you know, just send out prayers. And if you need them, strength yourself, think what you need that strength for. And if you're home watching this and you are ill as well, we send you our prayers of healing. Just take a moment for yourself and for others to bring them to mind. Hard to remember a time before that Misha Berach that Debbie wrote to give people strength and comfort and to hold on to. The next piece of Lechi Lach, women is written as feminist, if you will, liturgy. Women and their journeys of life. Isn't life a journey? Isn't every day a different journey? Here's what I want you to do. Her music, her prayers are supposed to move us. And I want you to close your eyes again. Some of you, I'm afraid, I might put you to sleep, but I'm going to risk it. Getting later. So close your eyes just for a moment. And I want you to think of the journey you're on right now. The journey of life. Is it the journey with your kids, young ones, and trying to raise them, working through adolescence? Is it life and marriage and the journey that you're on? The journey of work that you may have, of friends. Think of the journey you're on right now. In a moment, they'll begin this prayer song, and if you want to open your eyes or just keep them closed and think about that journey and how you can gain strength each day, step by step.
On your journey, I will bless you.
You shall be a blessing.
And you shall be
a blessing.
And you shall be
And you shall be a blessing.
This Lechila, first of all, beautiful. Thank you to Shir Aliyah, not Shir Aliyah, Aliyah Capella. Most of them were in Shir Aliyah before, and that's the beauty of having them back and having you guys sing. It warms our heart. And this song was written in 1989. Were any of you born then? No. But the arrangement that was sung was written a few years ago by our own Hazan Stein. Really beautiful. And thank you, Haley Silvers, for your beautiful direction.
We're going to rise, page 46 for Vishamru, if you will, covenant, relationship, the Shamru, Shabbat.
And guess what? This one was written by Debbie Friedman. So it might be one you haven't heard before, but it's Debbie Friedman, right? So you'll get it quickly, okay?
Be seated. It's my pleasure to call forward Adrian Ross, who is introducing our guest rabbi this Shabbat. It's an honor, who is the chair of our search committee. Adrian, pleasure.
Many of you know Rabbi Jonathan Hodson. Rabbi Hodson is our current rabbinic intern. He's here at Temple Aliyah this weekend, all weekend, and hopefully you all have the schedule and you'll be able to join us for many of the talks and teachings that he will be doing over the weekend. If you are not able to join us, let me just interrupt for 1 second and give you this information. All of the Q&As and all the services are on our live streaming, and they're all accessible on our website after they actually occur, but then they stay there so you can go back and watch them if you're not able to watch them live streaming. Rabbi Hodson will be ordained by Ziegler School of Rabbinic Studies in May and beginning his actual rabbinic career. As our rabbinic intern here at Aliyah, he's involved with youth education activities, Underground LA, which is the post-B'nai Mitzvah program, Youth Shabbat and High Holiday services, and teaching adult Talmud classes. Prior to coming to Aliyah, he was the rabbinic intern for 3 years in the youth department at Shomrei Torah. Prior to rabbinical school, he was an English teacher. As you can tell from the cowboy boots, that he typically wears around our campus. He's originally from Texas and a graduate of Texas State University. His wife, Genevieve, was not able to be here today since she's at home taking care of whatever the bug that the two little boys caught, and that's going around our community. But hopefully Genevieve, Josiah, and Finn will all be able to join us tomorrow. Rabbi Hodson.
Well, thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom. So next door, we just had the Love Shabbat, and then we're in this room singing songs. So I thought it would be a lot of fun if we took a little bit of music and we took a little love, and I'm going to try and combine the two. I'm going to put you through a little bit of my singing, and I have to follow that act, so bear with me. But I want to sing you a song that I used to sing growing up, and probably Hazan Stein knows this song too. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. So what if I told you that God actually wrote this song for the Jewish people? Okay, well, maybe not exactly, but I truly believe, that God did write a song about fiery love for the Jewish people, and the lyrics can be found in the book of Isaiah, the prophet Yeshayahu. This is what it says. But now, said Adonai, who created you, O Jacob, who formed you, O Israel, fear not, for I will redeem you. I have singled you out by name, you are mine. When you pass through water, I will be with you. Through streams, they shall not overwhelm you. And when you walk through fire, you shall not be scorched. Through flame, it shall not burn you. According to the prophet Isaiah, God's love for our people is a protective love, shielding us even from the ring of fire. All right, let's do another one. Love, love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please. Nice. So what if I told you that God wrote this song for the Jewish people? Getting skeptical looks. God tells us repeatedly in the Torah that the love that exists between the Jewish people and God, that it is an eternal love. God will always be true. This is from Devarim, chapter 7, verse 9. Know, therefore, that Adonai, your God, is God. He is a faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commandments. He'll always be true. All right, are we having fun? I want to do one more. One more. All right. Call me on the line. Call me anytime. Call me. All right. All right, I'll say it again to keep the pattern going. What if I told you that God wrote this song for the Jewish people? God was apparently quite the lyricist back in the day. This exact sentiment can be found in the book of Psalms, Tehillim 86:5. The psalmist writes, You, Lord, Adonai, are forgiving and good, abounding in love to all who call you. God says, call me. God is available to us. I could keep going. I'll spare you more singing. Obviously, tonight as we celebrate Love Shabbat, as we celebrate all of this singing, it's a really beautiful, wonderful idea. I just want to tell you that there's actually quite a bit of love in our Torah, and not just the idea that God loves us as human beings, as Jews, but going the opposite way as well. The idea that we are supposed to love God. This is a hard idea to understand rationally. After all, how do we love God? What does that look like? Now, you can get on a bus in Jerusalem, which I did, with a bunch of yeshiva boys that are wearing their black hats, and you can get every one of them to say that they love Torah. I've done this. This is great. Get on the bus. Do you love Torah? Yes, we love Torah. It's a lot of fun. If you ask them to declare love for God, they get kind of interesting and they go, oh, that's personal. And what's fascinating is that our ancestors thought that loving God was so paramount to the Jewish faith, so important, that they took the line from the Torah and they stuck it in our Shema. You shall love Adonai, your God, with all of your heart, all of your soul, and all of your resources. But what does that even mean? I'll tell you, the only people I have come close to loving with the intensity this prayer talks about are my children. If you want to see what loving someone with all of your heart looks like, I invite you to come to my house at 3 a.m. Tonight. While I have my 1-month-old son, and I'm bouncing him in my arms, I will tell you, you start to use all of those resources the Shema talks about, all of those resources you didn't know you had. Every toy, every bounce technique, I've got it down, every burp, every shh, everything. You wouldn't do this for someone you didn't love wholeheartedly. What about when you first fall in love with somebody and you want to keep trying to find ways to show them that you love them? The puppy love stage, as it were. Maybe you're buying them flowers or candies. You're sending them little love notes. Remember when people wrote notes? Or you just tell them that you love them over and over. I love you, I love you. You constantly want to remind them that you love them. Through my love songs that I sang you earlier, I've shown you that God loves us, but how do we love God back with all of our heart? And here's my answer. I think the way we can do this is by constantly asking the question, how can I show God that I love God? And doing this, by the way, can be different for every person. Some people will want to show God that they love God through various mitzvot. Others might demonstrate this love for God by loving their family and their friends even more. Because when we do that, I think it resonates to God. Some people might show that they love God by volunteering their time here at our beloved Temple Aliyah, and others might go and volunteer to help feed the homeless. I think these are all great. And at the end of the day, all of these are acts of ahava, or love toward Adonai, our God. We should never stop asking the question, how can I love God more? I'm so happy to be with you tonight, really. I really am. I want to quote a rock band, The Cure, to end. I don't care if Monday's blue, Tuesday's gray, and Wednesday too. Thursday, I don't care about you, it's Friday. I'm in love. Shabbat shalom. Thank you.
Shabbat shalom. Yasher koach. That was beautiful. That was very nice. We're going to continue with our service, page 46, with the Chasi Kaddish.
This is not the one you think you know. This was written by Debbie Friedman and her sister Cheryl. Cheryl and her mom and her Aunt Ann used to sit here. Cheryl's in Israel right now, and sadly, both Aunt Ann and Frida are with Debbie in Olam Haba. Cheryl used to say she didn't like this piece. She decided it was not quite right for the synagogue. At Temple Aliyah, we do a lot of different melodies, so you be the judge.
Rabbi
ask you to rise, page 47 for the Amidah. It's a silent Amidah, but Debbie, who loved to write these meditational pieces to help us get our hearts in the right places, wrote called "Oh God," which is on page 7, and we invite you to join in with us and open your hearts, concluding with the words here and that are part of the Amidah. Adonai sfatai tiftach ufi yagid hilatecha. God, please open my lips and my mouth may proclaim your praise. When we finish singing that kavanah, that meditation, and then you'll go off in your own places in Hebrew, English, or your private prayers with the words of the Amidah or the beauty and the thoughts of your heart as we begin together.
Oh God, as I stand before you, I ask for strength and for courage as I take time to look at myself. May I open my lips in prayer. And God, as I stand alone, I pray my heart will sing out to you so many thoughts, fears that I have. May I open my lips in
know, you've heard that there's a difference between a home and a house and a home, right? And Jewish tradition understands that difference. In fact, the portions we're dealing with, they talk about building what's called the Mishkan, the tabernacle. And the words are, currently God tells Moses and Israelites, Asuli Mikdash, make me a Mikdash, a place of holiness, V'shachanti b'tocham, and I will dwell amongst you. Right? In a sense, when you build something, you have to have a holiness in it. And that's the symbol of the home. In fact, the rabbis call the home Mikdash Me'at, Mikdash, a place of sanctity, like our Mikdash, the Holy Temple. And each one is a small, mini sacred center. That's what homes are about. That's why we like to celebrate anniversaries here at Temple Aliyah. And so I send out letters to people and give them some questions to answer, and they return it and get to share it tonight. And we just have a couple. So Adrian, Jerry's not here though. Okay. He what, sorry? Yes, so tell you what, why don't you stand for the two of you, right? 19 years ago, I was there 19 years ago. You have how many children between the two of you? 19 kids? How many? No. It feels like that sometimes, yeah. Right, I think there's actually 4, and now there's a grandchild. You have 3 grandchildren. Oh, that's right, 3 grandchildren. Oh, my God. Anyway, the first question is, was it love at first sight, or did your spouse have to grow on you? Okay. So he said, hold on. She paid for dinner the first night. It was love immediately. She answered, he's still growing on me. When you first started dating, what did your parents immediately like or dislike about your spouse? All right? He said they couldn't wrap their heads around 3 kids, but liked her. Right? And then how could they not love this guy, especially when he became dad to all these crazy kids? My perfect vacation would be very similar, a beach, away, sunny, no tech, no kids. And we want to wish you a happy anniversary. All right, so 2 of you. We have 30 years, stand-up Stearns, if you will, all the way 4 Seasons Beverly Hills, 3 children. Was it love at first sight or not? He had to grow on me. He said she was a keeper. Did he have to work hard, Lisa? You first said you had to make him work for it, though, didn't you? Yeah, there you go. Love at first sight, loved him, loved her. Best vacation, Italy. Sighting, touring, wine tasting. That sounds like a great vacation. So those are the 2 I received, but there's someone else, I got a feeling that someone else celebrates a birthday and anniversary this month, something like the 17th of the month. The Soers. 17 years coming up. You did not send anything in, right? But I just felt that vibe. Was it love at first sight? For you. What about for her? Oh, there you Did you know he was a keeper right away? There you go, good. Well, tell you what, we want to celebrate your anniversary as well. Those of you who are celebrating anniversaries, even if we didn't call on your name, even if we didn't, I want you to stand up, and we want to offer you a blessing as well. All right?
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May the Lord bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's presence always shine upon you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May the love that you share always be an inspiration, not only for your families, but for community. May each day bring you blessings, and let us all say, Amen.
Take good time and
Page 55.
That was another Debbie Friedman, by the way.
I am my beloved is mine. Tell you what, we're going to go to Aleinu. Let's all rise together. Page 56, Aleinu. Standing, please. We're going to join together for Kiddush on page 55.
Let me
This time of memorial, we call in reverence the yortsites of those who have been gathered unto their people. On this Shabbat, remember blessing those who have gone before us: Claire Gordon, Lena Levy, Solomon Levy, Edward Marcus, Eli Perlow, Max Cohen, Sigmund Freiberg, Susie Rausch, Dora Rosenfeld, Ruth Sale, Eddie Schachter, Alfred Skluth, Leonard Wolin, Eva Bell, Israel Hellman, Betty Marco, Edward Marcus, Howard Potter, Paul Pulver, Elizabeth Rothstein, Herman Solomon, Anna Bramnick, Cy Brenner, Rosella Kaptal, Joan Conweiser, Ira Fleischman, Jack Fomelant, Martin Goodman, Dora Ivar, Eli Kurz, Paul Mandelbaum, Renya Schwartz, Shirley Starkman, Frixos Kambitsi, Paul Durkin, Sidney Ellis, Etta Grosser, Pearl Eisberg, Jean Light, Pat Pippolo, Martin Poland, Adrian Ross, Irving Sass, Sally Shine, Arlene Yavich, Harry Epstein, Mike Kreitenberg, Gertrude Lederkramer, Don Perlman, Betty Shapiro, Minna Human, Eileen Winter, Bernard Gerson, Daniel Green, Ben Madnick, and Sandra Stoller. Also mindful, recent bereavements in our community. We mourn the passing of Doris Tabashnik, mother of Chuck Tabashnik. We also mourn the passing of Florence Mond, wife of Charles. And Charles, you're here, Masha and Peter, and for your loss, our hearts go out to you, all, and Charles. Always may her memory be for a blessing. For those reciting Kaddish at this time, we invite you to rise, page 58. And whether you're here in the sanctuary reciting the words of the Kaddish, or if you're home and this is your sacred community, your minyan, to recite these words, we are here for you as well. Those reciting the words join together. Yit Gadal, the Yit Kadash, Amen.
V'alma divrach v'rutei v'amlich malchutei
V'chayechon
v'yomechon v'chayei
Kol Beit Yisrael.
Ha'adalal v'zman kari v'imru
Amen.
Yehesh mei rabam v'orach ve'elam u'mei hamayah Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudshah
Rechu.
Le'ema min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran v'yoma v'imru Amen
Yehesh Mama
Rabba min Shemaya V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru
Amen. Oseh Shalom b'mromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom
aleinu v'al kol Yisrael
b'meru. Amen. Shira and Aiden, for you, right, to be able to have friends around you, to be able to cite those words of Kaddish is just really beautiful. For all those standing, may their memories be a blessing for you, and let us all say, Amen. You may be seated. My pleasure to call forward Julie Devine, who's going to share with us some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, Julie.
Wow. Who did that? Who did that? Welcome to our every third Shabbat, and it's a tribute to Hazan Mimi's dear friend Debbie Friedman. And happy anniversary to all those who are celebrating anniversaries and in January and February. Tomorrow our Shabbat service begins at 9:15 a.m. and I hope that you will have some time to spend with our rabbinic candidate, Rabbi Jonathan Hodson. He'll be here all weekend. He'll be appearing live all weekend, so please join us. And his schedule is on the front of the Kol Shabbat that was handed out to you this evening. Please note that Monday, and I didn't realize this until just the other day, it's President's Day on Monday, so Temple Aliyah will be closed. However, our daily minyan will meet at Shomrei Torah at 8 a.m. if you need to do that. So let me ask you a question. Have you done enough with the short amount of time that you get on this planet, do you think? Next Wednesday, you can talk about this with Rabbi Goldstein. Next Wednesday at 7:30, Rabbi Goldstein will ask and possibly even answer the question in our next big question series, what does it mean to live a good life? So please join us for that. Have lots of questions. And Friday at 7 p.m. we have Shabbat Live. And next Saturday our Shabbat morning service begins at 9:15 a.m. and features the baby naming of Galia Ray Schlossberg. Rabbi Goldstein will also be at the Calabasas Farmers Market for 7th day at the 6th. He'll be there at 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock a.m. if you'd like to join him. If you'd like to do Shabbat out of the box, that's a great way to do that. We also have a Shabbat afternoon service next Saturday at 5 p.m. We're going to celebrate the bar mitzvah of Max Shapiro. We have lots going on. And there's so much going on that if you need to look and remember everything that I just said, you can go after Shabbat on our website at templealiyah.org, and also, again, the Kol Shabbat has information for you. I'd like to thank Phil Gantz this evening for being such a wonderful usher, the usher extraordinaire as always. I'd also like to thank our musicians and our choirs this evening, and of course Hazan Mimi, for doing such a great job putting everything together this evening in tribute to Debbie Friedman. Thank you all so much. And welcome back, Hazan Stein, from your journey. Nice to see you.
And we have David Cohen and Mike Liss.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
nice. I really want to also acknowledge, I know you did a little bit, but Hazan Mimi, this is her evening, this is her baby. Put it all together. Let's give Hazan Mimi a hand.
It's easy when it's Debbie Friedman. Thank you. Thank you. And these choirs, they worked really hard. We thank you. All right. Our closing song is Oseh Shalom. I doubt you need the words, but if you do, they're in the handout, page 8. This is the one we most